Hello everybody, I've decided to make an extra section for this course, and previously we've just had one lecture in the course in the advanced section about bundling and how it can benefit you, but I do get a lot of questions on the Q&A board about bundling. Now before I proceed with this first lecture, we have about 10 lectures here in the section, I want to say this is an optional part of the course. Skipping it entirely will not affect the rest of the course. So if you don't want to go into this at this stage in the game, because it is a little more advanced, that's absolutely fine. You can skip this entire section. It won't make any difference to the rest of the course at all. On the other hand, I still recommend that if you have the time now, is to go through this section anyway, just so that you can find out what these opportunities are and what's available to you, and then you can make your decision. First of all, let's take a look at what exactly are bundles. A bundle consists of a number of items in one package. Usually there's a main component and then one or more additional components. So it could just be 2 components in a bundle, or it could be many components in a bundle. So something like this here, this is a baby bundle. We've got the bottle, the nail clippers, a brush, a hairbrush and a comb. Or this here is a cleaning bundle. So we've got a couple of Tide Pods, a couple of packets of Bounce and something else here in a bottle. And this here is a food bundle. And basically we also have something in here which would be classed as the main item. This is a snack dispenser. We've got a couple of jars of dip, and then we've got a bag of something here. And again here we have a kids bundle. This is a party bundle actually, so we've got a tablecloth here which would probably be classed as the main component. And then we've got some cups and plates and straws and that kind of thing here, disposable party stuff. And a bundle is not a multi-pack. So this is a very common confusion. A multi-pack is multiple of the exact same item. So you could have a pack of 2, that would be a multi-pack, a pack of 5, a pack of 3, a pack of 10. That's a multi-pack as long as every item in the pack is identical. So that's the difference between a multi-pack and a bundle. And another thing about multi-packs, if you are thinking about creating multi-packs, is that normally customers expect a value benefit from a multi-pack. So they're expecting to pay less per individual item for a multi-pack than they would if they purchased each item individually on its own. So if they purchase one pair of sunglasses for say $2, instead of purchasing 10 pairs, they'd expect to pay less than $2 per pair for the multi-pack. All right, so that's the normal expected benefit of a multi-pack. Whereas with a bundle, there are many benefits, and the value benefit, i.e. money saving, is not always an expected benefit. So let's take a look at why this can be very profitable. First of all, you can create something that's completely unique. So something that is not already on Amazon. There's nothing else quite like it. And that means there is no competition at all. Bundles appeal to customers, and for many reasons. Now we're going to go into this in much more detail throughout the course, so I won't go into it in detail now. There are literally thousands and thousands of opportunities, and we're going to go through many opportunities as well throughout this section. You can also sell name brands. So you can also create bundles with name brands, but there is a caveat to that. Not all name brands are allowed. You are not allowed to sell some name brands on Amazon. We're going to be looking at that later on in the course as well, but there are many name brands that you can sell. Now let's take a look at what can't be bundled. You can't bundle books, DVDs, video and music. This is according to Amazon's policies. You can't bundle FBA prohibited items because you should be using FBA, so you should be using Fulfillment by Amazon for your bundles, just the same as you would with anything else. So there are certain items that are prohibited in FBA, and you can't put those in bundles either. items with separate manufacturer's warranties. So for example, if you were bundling, say electronics or something like that, now each of those items in the bundle had separate manufacturer's warranties. So there were different brands with different manufacturer's warranties. You can't do that. You can't bundle items like that together. And items that you are not approved to sell. So items in restricted categories, or items, so for example, the health and beauty category, this is no longer classed as a restricted category, but many of the individual products sold in there need to have individual approval. So you cannot sneak into a bundle a product that you don't actually have approval to sell through Amazon. Now, branded and generic items together. So in general, you couldn't say, for example, take a name branded product, put it in a bundle, and then put a bunch of generic products in with it, and then call it a bundle of that name brand. So this is not exactly black and white, because if you have a bundle which say has 10 of a particular name brand product in it and then one generic item, that will be okay. But if you don't really fully understand this, it can be a little bit risky. So what I recommend is you just don't mix name brand and generic items together at all. Now, just a note here about the books, DVDs, etc. Although you cannot bundle these together and sell them, you can add a book or a DVD to a bundle with other types of products. So example here would be a yoga mat or some other yoga products, and adding a yoga DVD to that bundle. You are allowed to do that, but you're not allowed to bundle together a bunch of DVDs or a bunch of books or a bunch of books and DVDs together. Okay? Now coming up next, we're going to look at the different types of bundles that you can create. So I'll see you in a minute.